Is this really live? Let's see. I need to go to my YouTube channel and check it out. Let me see.
So I recently watched Tales of the Underworld.
Oh my God. Let's see. Oh, there is a live going. Let's see. Can I turn that on?
So I recently watched Tales of the Underworld.
Oh my God. All right, let me mute the volume on that one. All right. Close. I have the chat going on there. I need to see how it looks on the other side. Hey, Sage. I'm just messing around with this live thing. I've done some videos, but I'm bored and I wanted to do a live. So I figured I'd come in my office and see how it works. I didn't even know if it was possible, but clearly it is. It's very odd because I think there's a delay between what's streaming and what I'm actually doing, which is very, very insane. This is very awkward. I wonder what the delay is. It's like, it's definitely, hold on, I'm going to hold up my hand. All right. Now I can see it on the video, but it's playing in the background. And I still haven't held up my hand yet. That can't be right. There's got to be a way to do this a little more real time. All right, it just went up. So that's kind of annoying, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, that's it. I don't even know why I bothered coming live. I got nothing to talk about. Just testing this out. Just kind of been stumped for any kind of content and what I want to be posting. It's been like a month, maybe even longer since I've done a video. Your hand has been down. Oh, okay. It's weird because I'm watching the live as it's going live, but I think let me see if I go right to live right now. Yeah, I don't know. It's very odd. There's definitely a delay from what I'm seeing on YouTube to what actually I'm seeing on my little thing. But yeah, I have no idea. I don't even know if this sounds good. It sounds like shit in my headphones. I had a mattress up against the wall and I took that out of here. And I think I need to put it back because it's very echoey in my headphones and I don't like it. And it wasn't before. When I play it back, if I record like a little clip and play it back, it doesn't sound echoey, but there is an echo. So I think what's happening is what I'm hearing in my headphones is pre-post processing or pre-processed, and then what actually is being fed to the video or played back is post-processed a little. So it sounds a little different. So I don't know. All I know is I don't like the way it sounds right now. So I may put the mattress back up against the wall or get some kind of sound blanket right in front of me because there's definitely an echo and I don't like it. I'm not digging it. It's not, I don't think it's good. Oh, maybe if I turn this up, there's less echo. Turn that down, turn this up, turn this down, turn this. There's so many knobs on this thing. I don't even know what they do. They do. I really don't. This one is, I have no idea. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that's it. Just bored on it's Sunday, right? Yeah, it is Sunday. Just bored on a Sunday night. Figured I'd pop in and test this and see if anybody jumps on. And Sage was the only one to jump on. I don't think there's anybody else watching. Can I see how many people are watching? 2, which means me and Sage. Yeah, that would be it. That's just the 2 of us. Yeah, I got nothing. What do I got going on? I got the Joe Perry tour coming up, in about 2 months, which is going to be a blast. I can't wait for that. I got nothing else. I really don't. Just been just been hanging out. But the weirdest thing, or the toughest thing, is starting this channel. I don't know. I had a bunch of ideas on things that I wanted to do, and then it ended up snowballing into just me talking about starting this channel for a while. And my latest video that I was going to do, that I've been wanting to do for the last month, was kind of how life gets into the way of doing a channel, because I had to go up to Boston and I had some personal stuff going on and I got sick. I've been like nasty sick for a while. It's just been off and on, which has been crazy. Like, it all started, I think, after like my third or fourth video. Yeah, I bit my lip. So I had to take like a week before I could even do another video because I couldn't talk. And then I went to Boston. And then when I came home, actually I got sick in Boston like the last couple days. I couldn't even spend the last day with my son. I mean, my flight wasn't until like 3:30 or 4. And I wanted to meet my son and go out for roast beef, but I was too sick to meet him and I just wouldn't have enjoyed it. So then I came home and I was sick for a couple days. And then about 2 weeks ago, I got, I think, the norovirus. I think that's what it was, or food poisoning. I don't vomit. I don't get sick. Like, I'll get nauseous and I will never throw up. Like, no matter how bad it is, I never will. And if I do, or it gets to that point, I can't remember what it's called, but there's actually a condition, but there's a thing where people can't do it. And they think it's actually a mental thing, that it's a fear from when you did it when you were younger and it hurt. And now your body forces you to not do it. But what ends up happening is it like comes up and then stops and it hurts and you can't let it out. So there was a night where I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and tried and I couldn't. And then at like 3:30 and I tried and I couldn't. And then at 5 and I did. And it was brutal. And then I've had some personal stuff going on, and there's just so much stuff that has just gotten in the way of doing a channel. And I don't want to just talk about the ups and downs of starting a YouTube channel, because there's a million of those channels on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like every other channel, not every other channel, but there's a shit ton. Like if you just YouTube, like how to start a YouTube channel, you're going to find millions and millions of videos, and they're all talking about how to start a channel. And it's odd because I know I have some really cool like stories from the road, which is another great thing that would be fun to talk about. But then I don't want to just ride on the coattails of that either, and that be my thing. But there's a lot of funny stories, like speaking of being sick, like the time I got abandoned in Sao Paulo by myself and the band left me. Ooh, geez. Start sharing the behind the scenes stuff of your photos. Thanks, Sage. That's a good idea too. And I think it's weird, and you'll understand this more than most. It's not riding on those coattails, because we are fortunate enough that is part of our life and that is part of who we are. I mean, I'm wearing the hat and I got fucking poster, like the CD things, the awards behind me, and that's my road case. So it is part of me and part of who I am, but it's also, I guess it's imposter syndrome. I don't feel confident enough in my own photos to be able to stand on their merit, even still. But that actually would be a really good idea, talking about the photography. I was thinking, since the Joe Perry tour is coming up, to do some of that, to bring a GoPro, and actually, since it's so short and it's such a low pressure, chill kind of tour that there would be a lot of fun behind the scenes stuff to do like that. Like I could walk around with a GoPro. I could put a GoPro on the top of my camera. I could do some behind the scenes stuff. And then talk about my shots and talk about my editing process and that type of stuff. That's definitely fun. And then again, like I said, there's tons of stories from the road. I mean, like the first time I got asked to jump on stage to do photos for the band as a photographer and not just be in the background as a social media dude, which is another great story. But yeah, it's kind of, but again, that's why I called this channel Unfocused, because I don't want to pigeonhole myself into one category, to one thing. I guess I should still be trying to look up. Hold on. Let me try something. I'm going to try and move my face to the camera. Oop, there it is. How do I do that? Oh, look at that. All right, cool. I wonder if I can move the chat there too. I won't be able to read the chat. My eyes are too old to read the chat. Oh, but see, now we go. See, I keep looking at myself to just make sure I'm in frame and to make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. But when it's down there, I keep my eyes down there and I'm not engaging the audience, which is right over there. Those are you guys. So, all right, cool. Wow, I could put this is cool because I got the teleprompter and now I have my face just smack dab in the middle of the teleprompter so I can stare at this beautiful smile while I talk. You can talk about memories. That's such a good idea. Yeah, I should do that. Candy was saying similar, that I should embrace it a little more. And, you know, when I told her the video I was thinking of doing, she said, she was saying nobody's looking at you as for motivation to start a YouTube channel. And that's not what they would expect if you told them you had a YouTube channel. And she was saying, you have so many stories from the road. You have so much great photography and you're a really good photographer and you should embrace that and you should embrace who you are and embrace what you do. And then I kind of wasn't talking about, we didn't talk about it too much more. And then a few days later, we were just talking about being sick and I was reminiscing about the time that Joe and I was doing the Joe Perry project and was so excited because Aerosmith wasn't playing for a while and it was kind of COVID and we were going to South America and it was like the first tour in close to 2 years and I was excited and I got to do one show because I got COVID and they fucking left me in Sao Paulo. And I was just talking and talking and talking. I don't want to spoil the whole story in case I do decide to do that, but I was going on and she got that like deer in the headlights look because she's heard the story a million times and she just kind of was like, see, you're still talking about that. She's like, I know the story. She's like, but you enjoy just speaking about that. So why don't you just do that? She's like, people would rather hear that than they would your trials and tribulations on starting a channel. My nose is runny. I shouldn't do a live when my nose is runny, which is not good. See, I've been sick off and on for like a month and a half. There's like some shit going around and I don't like it, between allergies and the weather change and all that kind of stuff. It's that's again, it's a problem with starting a channel is you have to compete with all that stuff, But I'm so glad you're here, Sage. I haven't seen you in forever. I miss the Aerosmith family. I miss touring. I miss us all being out on the road. I had such high hopes for Peace Out. They had talks about me doing the tour book because I was the official tour photographer for that tour. Like they were going to bring out the other people, Kat and, Ross and stuff like that. And maybe even a few other people. I mean, they brought Kevin Mazur out for one or two of the shows. And I'm totally cool with that, which was awesome because they asked if I was okay with it. And I was like, hell yeah. I mean, I'm not, possessive or, there's plenty of pictures to go around. I've literally stood shoulder to shoulder with like Ross, and we take two totally different pictures. So there's plenty of shots to go around. I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't want anybody out here. I think the more the merrier, especially for this being the band's last, was going to be the band's last tour. I thought we should have as many looks as we could, but they were talking about like, I would be doing the tour, like the tour book would be my photos and a calendar and merch. And man, I was, as a fledgling photographer, man, I was looking so forward to that. Man, and I miss it. I miss it so much. It was, I started it way too late. You know, I've always, since the Tim Collins days, way back, man, when I was Joe's assistant guitar tech at like 14 years old, I wanted to work on the road. And I did for 2 weeks and I loved it, but he didn't want to hire family. And it was just, I don't know. And then I had my own issues in my, late teens, early 20s, and just a lot of growing up to do and a lot of things. But man, I was really looking forward to it. I used to always say, I wasn't with the band in the beginning, but it was an honor to be with them at the end and to ride the tour off into the sunset, kind of with my dad and my mom, and just kind of be there for it. And just to have it kind of go out like that, man, it's taken me, God, when did we announce that we weren't doing that? Was it last September or whatever? I don't remember. It's been like 8 months now, I think, since we did that. Man, it took me a while to get over it. It really did. It hit hard. I mean, when Joe called me and talked about it, man, I was choked up. I was like holding back tears. It hurt so bad, not just for me, but for him and for the other guys and for the families and for the crew and just the people that have been around. Yeah, August. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it's August. Yeah, and just for the crew and people like Johnny B, who's been around for like 30 plus years, and Cosmo, and just the people that rely on us, and even management. I mean, I know they have other bands and things like that, but people put all their work and effort into it. And for just man, I was a flood of just emotions. And that took me a while, man. That took me a while to kind of process. And I think I'm still processing it. And lucky I got, some Joe stuff coming up. And I could have went to the Janie's Fund thing, the second one, but I just got back from Boston and I didn't want to go right back out to LA. So thankfully there is some stuff here and there, and who knows what the future holds. But man, I'm telling you, that was, as they say, that was a kick in the dick. that was a tough one. That was definitely a tough one. Oh, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. It's on there. It's on the other screen. But man, I don't know. Let's see. I was blubbering. Yeah, I Sage, I'm telling you, when he called me, I was heartbroken. I was literally holding back tears. I was choked up. I was stumbling through my words, and I was my voice was breaking, and I could hear my mom in the background because Joe was trying to say something, and she was like, "Joe, he's trying to tell you something. He's really shook up." And he stopped talking just so I could get out what I had to say. I mean, I would say visibly, but they couldn't see me, but audibly, just upset and kind of just sad and broken up. So, but hey, on to newer and better things. I guess we have to figure out what life is going to hold for me now. I still have thoughts of starting a food truck. That's one that always kind of pops into my head. I think that would be a blast to do, like burgers, to do like a smash burger truck. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm not sure. I I would eventually like to sell some of my prints. Not that that's like a retirement plan or anything like that. I don't, but I would like to just be able to, get some fine art quality prints out there and be able to sell them and, do the YouTube when I can, which is great. And see, since this is live, I got a text message. Hold on. Let me see. It is from my wife. Got to send hearts back. She is at Welcome to Rockville with her son and her best friend, Christy, which is a massive kind of rock metal festival out in Daytona, which looks like a blast, but it's like a 4-day outdoor festival in Daytona in May in the heat. In if I one of the being spoiled, doing what I've done, and Sage, too, doing what you've done. We get spoiled. Like going to a festival as a civilian doesn't have the draw that it has going to festivals when you have all access VIP backstage, air conditioned showers, food, road cases and things. So I am in charge of watching the dogs and feeding the fish and taking care of the homestead while they are out rocking. And I think she was, what was it, about 8 o'clock? I think she was seeing Marilyn Manson right about now. But I was thinking of going last year, and I had a few bands I could have probably called in favors for. I think Motley Crue last year was one of the headliners, and I know I could have like called in a favor from them and probably got all access or a photo pass for them. But just the thought of May in Daytona and carrying that heavy bag and having to go through security and just as a civilian is just, I don't know, I'm spoiled. I'll admit it. I'm spoiled. I've got to do a lot of fun things and have just kind of being catered to because of the band. So yeah, going as a civilian to something like that. I mean, doesn't mean I don't want to go to concerts. I mean, it's not my favorite thing to do, but I'd be down to go see a show. Something I totally forgot AC/DC was just here, and I forgot to call Cosmo. I really wanted to go see them. They literally played like 2 nights ago. But I would have loved to do that. Being in the dirty pit. Yeah, see, doing a fest. I've done festivals. I've done many festivals, and I've been in the mud and I've been in the dirt, but it's not all day, and it's during the show, and you're a sweaty mess, and usually within 10 minutes after the show, you can either take a shower or you're just shoved in a car on the way to the hotel, and if you're lucky, you're in the hotel within a half hour. And you can shower and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, to do it, to just, I don't know, just to do it as a normal person. I'm getting a little, I don't know, too old for it. I'm just too spoiled. I'm just a prissy bitch. That's what it is. I don't want to get dirty. I don't know if there's a single band that I would want to sit in the blazing Daytona sun, 90 degrees with 200,000 people pressed up against me that haven't showered and probably just stink and are dirty and are sweaty and are just, I don't know if there's a single band that I'd be like, yeah, this seeing this band is 100% worth all of that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there may be, who knows? I don't know. I just off the top of my head, I can't think of it. I don't even know if I would do that for Ozzy's last show. If they said, "Hey, we'll get you free tickets, but you have to sit in the Daytona sun for 8 hours with 200,000 sweaty, stinky people in the middle of the crowd waiting for the show, would you go?" I've seen Ozzy. I've seen Ozzy a couple times. Don't think it's worth it. Yeah, I don't know. Other people sweat. No, thank you. Yeah, just, yep, no. I don't even like my own sweat. Um, that's actually not true. Actually, I do love to sweat. It's one of the reasons why I love Florida, because I don't know, something about the heat and sweating kind of makes me feel alive, makes me feel like, I'm doing something. It's one of the reasons why I like the gym that I go to, because it's just like a shed. It's a big shed, one of those like, I don't know what they call them. It's like the size of a barn, but it's like one of those like kind of industrial sheds, and there's no AC. There's some big, huge fans, but it's hot and it's kind of nasty, and it's like, not nasty. It's kind of grungy. Like a lot of the equipment is like old, and it's got like some wear and tear on it. And it's like just a real old school kind of bodybuilder type of gym. It's not like everything's not color coordinated and shiny and, and all that. And man, I love it, and I've gotten out of going to the gym over the last year pretty hard. Cause like I said, that whole piece out being postponed and then canceled, it just kind of hit me hard. So yeah, like the last year or so, it's just, man, I've just been kind of almost in like a funk. I don't want to call it a depression, because that's a little intense. And I think my shrink would be like, I'm not doing good if you've been in a depression. But I think it's kind of like borderline depressed, kind of funk. It's like when you wake up and you're just like, ugh. And it's not like a lazy thing, not like, I don't want to go to the gym today. It's more of just like, I don't want to do anything today. I don't want to go. And it's not like, I don't want to get out of bed. Life's not worth living. It's not that intense. It's more of just like, man, I don't want to people today. And I think one of the things is because I'm so animated and I always have such a big smile on my face, and I'm always just this is, if you know me and you've met me, this is kind of me. I'm not like putting on an act. I'm not being too much different on here than I am in real life. So I think that it's I'm always I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and it's like you can see it on my face. And if I'm not like this, and if I'm not smiling and I'm not laughing and I'm not goofing around, something's up. And when you don't feel like peopling, you don't when you don't feel like, I don't want to fake it. Like when I go to Publix and, the cashier says, hey, how you doing today? Or they say, whatever. I always say I always say it back, like, oh, I'm great. How are you? Like, how's your day going? And, I try to be, I hate the people that don't say anything to them when they're like, oh, how you doing, sir? And they just don't say anything, or they're like, fine. And they just, do their own thing. It's like, I just find that rude, because you can always take like just a few seconds to just say, hey, I'm doing great. How about yourself? And when you don't feel like peopling, and you don't, it doesn't feel right to not say that back, because that's not the person I am. But then if I'm feeling just like I don't want to deal with people, then I feel like I'm being fake, and then that's not really authentic. And I think that's just kind of what happens to me, is I just get in this mindset where I don't want to be on all the time. And it's hard for me to be not, because again, it's like the way I kind of am so bubbly and goofy and silly. I think that when I'm not, it's just it shows. And then people start asking like, what's wrong? And are you all right? And a lot of times it's like, nothing's wrong. And it's not even like I'm having a bad day. It's just like, I just don't want to be on, if that makes sense. I don't know. It probably doesn't make sense. If you're not like a person like me, you're probably like, I don't understand what the fuck is this person talking about. But I don't know, whatever. That's, long story short, is the last year or so has been tough. It's been tough to get like motivated to do things, or figure out what the next move is and what I'm going to do is. But it's an adventure. It's definitely adventure. It's definitely fun. It's definitely scary. It's definitely it's just I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I just know that Joe's got a thing coming up this summer, and it's gonna be great. I'm so damn excited. Um, I need to figure out how to do like crafts or something in here. My other office. I have a little craft table and stuff set up, but I don't have my camera and things set up. If I did something, I could probably if I probably moved the mic a little and brought it to coming in this way, and then move this. I could probably have a little area here, and I could do little crafts going like this over here because I need to do something then other than just sitting here. Because Sage, as much as I love you, it's really hard talking to just one person. It's not like there's hundreds of people in here to keep my conversation going. So I need something to do because if you can see, I'm grabbing things and just rubbing my face and sniffly, um, and just trying to figure out what to do with the dead space. So if I had something like a little craft project, I had a pair of headphones that I fixed yesterday. I have these Sony, not these, but they're a pair of Sony noise canceling headphones, and they're my favorite headphones in the world. At least the version 3 was. And version 3 I had since I think 2018 until about 6 months ago. And they were held on with, gaff tape, and they were just falling apart, and the ear cups were just getting all nasty. And they've been all over the world with me, and they're just the best headphones, and they have the best noise canceling, and I use them for the gym, and they just kind of were showing the age. And the version 5 came out, I think, last year, but they didn't fold. They kind of had that same the AirPods, whatever the hell the Apple ones are called. Oh, geez, I'm so burpy. I should probably not be drinking carbonated drinks during this, but they don't fold. So I didn't want those. So I got version 4, and they're the same as my 3s. They fold up. They have auto off. So when you take them off your headphones, they auto stop. And I guess it can sync up to multiple computers. I think up to 2 or something like that, where my other ones only could do 1 at a time. And I'd have to kind of shut off Bluetooth on one device and turn Bluetooth on the others, where these will, like, if I start playing something on my laptop, it'll play. If I shut that off and play something on my phone, it'll play. So they're just a little updated. Those lasted about 4 months before they stopped charging. And I was pissed because they're like $350 headphones, and they lasted like 4 months, where my other ones lasted 6 years. So I was pissed, and I searched all the Reddit forums, and I was trying to figure out why they wouldn't charge. And one random Reddit forum from about 3 years ago, somebody posted a link to the little charging port module. So anyways, long story short, I was going to do that yesterday live here in my office, and in my brain, I didn't realize actually how bright this light is, because I remember how the video looks. And the video looks a lot dimmer, and I'm like, I can't work. It's too dark in there, and there's all these little screws. I literally could have done that. So next time I have a little project like that, I am going to do that, and maybe do that live, so I at least have something to do. Crap, I didn't think about what I'm going to do in a live if I have to tinkle. I didn't think about that part. I didn't think about that. Oh, well, whatever. Just hold it for a while. I don't know. So, I don't know. I guess that's it. I guess I got nothing else much to talk about. I just wanted to mess around and see how the live thing goes. It's actually kind of cool. I actually like it. I definitely want to do more. I should probably schedule it and not just do it randomly on a Sunday night at 8:00 out of nowhere. I should probably schedule it and do it at a time where I guess I could look at my analytics and see when most people watch my videos out of I have 345 subscribers. It's so funny. It's so funny. This is like the least amount of people on any social media that I have is here. It's because I don't, all my other ones are pretty much inactive. But yeah, 345 people. I guess I should see when the most people view this. I was thinking Sunday night might be good. But there may be a better time. I wonder if during the week, some random, like Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe I'll come up with a catchy name and just do it weekly for like an hour or something. I don't even know if YouTube is good for this, or if like Twitch would be better, but I don't know. I think with Twitch, I'm supposed to, I don't know, play video games or talk about politics or something, or who knows. I don't think I have the mannerisms to be a Twitch streamer. Too old for that. Nobody wants to watch. I'm borderline boomer. I'm an early Gen Xer. I'm like on that boomer line. To all the new generation, they probably just look at me like a boomer anyways, but I'm Gen X, not boomer, but I'm early Gen X. So yeah. I don't know if there's many of us on Twitch just doing our thing, but anyways, yeah, I guess that's it. I think I'm going to bounce. Thank you, Sage, for coming and saying hi and all that. Tell the family I said hi. Everybody, mom, dad, pops, which would be dad, the fiance, everybody. Tell the whole family, all of you, that I said hello, that we all said hello. And yeah, that's it, everybody. I guess thanks for watching, and I don't know. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye, everybody. Now I got to figure out how to shut it off because I don't know where that window went. I can't see it on the small screen. I guess I probably should have thought of that before I said bye. All right, now this is it. I found it. The finish button is right there. So, all right, everybody, take it easy, and I'll see you next time.